Welcome to our New York Kitchen, a new series where we share how to make our favorite New York recipes from home. Louis is a home chef and a brewer who spends his time in the kitchen or giving food tours around New York. I'm Sarah, his wife who hates cooking but loves eating. In our first episode, we're recreating the iconic Nonna Maria pizza slice at Bleecker Street Pizza. For this recipe, you'll need all of the ingredients linked in my blog post below, so collect everything and we will see you in the kitchen.
Let's get started on this dough.
Normally at Bleecker Street Pizza, you have this big circle pizza, and we don't have a pizza stove, but we do have these.
And everyone probably has some of these.
Yeah, so we're gonna make two personal pizza sizes. So little baby pizzas, one for me, one for Louis.
It's gonna be a competition.
Yeah, well, you know, normally I would say I would win the competition because I win most competitions, but
we're just gonna put 2 cups of flour right here. We're going to hydrate the yeast, very important. You're gonna let it hydrate for maybe about 10 minutes in warm water and 1 teaspoon of sugar. I have 1 cup of warm water here. I'm gonna use some good old just white sugar, and it's just 1 teaspoon in there. And then I'm going to add just 1 packet of yeast, which is about 1/4 ounce. And another thing that you might want to do is preheat the oven to pretty much the highest setting that it goes to. Just make sure your oven's like super hot, because that's what's going to create that really nice crust that you want to build. The reason why we started off this way in warm water and a little bit of sugar is because we want to give the yeast a jump start, and we also want to give it a little bit of food. Right? And that's what's going to help it to become active. I'm telling you, I feel like I know a lot about this fermentation and how yeast works.
There it is. Remember in the last video, you said you can't go a day without saying fermentation. There it is.
Every single day, I have to mention the word fermentation. Yeah. Feel free to use your hands, guys. Honestly, like the best tools in your kitchen are going to be your hands. Okay?
No, the best tools in your kitchen is to have a husband who knows how to cook. And that way you don't have to cook.
Wow.
Ever.
She just sits there and looks beautiful.
Wow.
Score 1 for me. And while that's kind of getting started, I'm going to put this to the side as well. And we can start making our sauce. The
famous part about the Nonna Maria pizza is the marinara sauce.
Right.
So we're going to try to make it as similar as possible.
Well, you know, what they do is that they have a kind of like chunky marinara.
Yes.
So just visually going off of that and what I have tasted and from previous marinaras that I've done, I'm just going to try to, you know, kind of put it together. I'm going to put the flour in a bigger container just because I want to leave some room for it in case so it rises a little bit. We're going to use this one. We're gonna use some whole peeled tomatoes.
But this one, we have to put some of the Parmigiano Reggiano cheese in this, because I saw when we were doing some research, I noticed that one of the videos where they're talking about how they make the Nonna Maria slice, they mentioned that there's little pieces of the Parmigiano Reggiano cheese in it.
All right.
Of course, they're not gonna share their exact recipe with us because
we don't expect them to.
Yeah, why would we?
Totally fine. We'll just guess.
Yeah, we're just gonna guess.
With your nice clean hands, you're going to just make sure you crush them now, okay? Now you can crush that, okay? Yes, with your hands, just like that. And I'm gonna just start warming this pan up, just low, medium heat.
Sounds disgusting.
All right, we're gonna see if this pan is nice and warm.
Okay, I smushed this a lot.
You did? You can keep on going. I mean, the sauce that we're making is gonna be a little bit chunky, but we don't want to like whole huge pieces in there. That's good. You can crunch it a little more, I think.
It's like there's liquidy parts, but then there's also chunky parts.
Okay, perfect. That's perfect. All right, so I am going to put maybe like a half a tablespoon of olive oil.
You know what I learned? That when you do one circle around the pan, it is a tablespoon.
I did not know that.
Yeah. Look at my hand.
Oh my. Oh my God, I bet you're gonna get it. So remember when I said about the yeast being active? You'll see that there is a little bit of activity here. So when you see some kind of foam forming on the top, then you know that your yeast is active, and then we can start making the dough after that. First, we're gonna just start on the sauce, make sure it's nice and done. So you can pour this into this medium heat pan that I just drizzled some olive oil in, okay?
Okay.
All right, wow, this is good teamwork, guys.
Oh.
And now what I'm gonna do is I am going to put some of the seasonings in here, which include some of the red pepper flakes. So I'm gonna do some garlic powder right now, and then some salt and pepper. So it's pepper, just a few cracks. A few cracks is good. And then we're gonna put in some salt here. Maybe like a teaspoon or so. And this sauce is gonna be super good. We're just gonna let it kind of start to simmer. All right, so our toppings include some dollops of the sauce, some fresh mozzarella, and some fresh basil. Now that our yeast is active, we're gonna just put it right in here and we're gonna start mixing it up, okay?
All right.
You see it has like a little bit of a foam on the top?
Yeah.
Right, so you can just put that in there.
It smells good. It smells like fresh bread, which makes sense because this is how you make fresh bread.
That's true.
Wait, can I put my hands in this?
Yeah, that's fine. Just give it a little mix.
Ooh.
Our sauce is simmering. We're just gonna keep it on low so it doesn't burn on the bottom.
Oh my god, this is so satisfying feeling. I have no idea how to knead dough, by the way.
No, you're doing fine. That's perfect.
Like, I don't know what I'm doing.
Guys, if Sarah can do this, you can do it too.
Yes, if I can
Like,
do
no
this,
offense to Sarah.
Wow.
And after this, what we're going to do is we're just gonna let it rest for maybe like 10, 20 minutes. And that gives us enough time so that our sauce kind of simmers down, kind of some of the water evaporates from it and some of those really
so
nice
sticky.
Tomato flavors get concentrated. You're gonna wanna maybe like give it a little seasoning, make it whatever
All right,
you want.
I'm done with this.
Okay, so now we're gonna leave it here. We're gonna leave it, covered with like a towel.
That's good. I don't like cooking because I'm hungry now. And how much
I'm
longer
hungry
is this
too.
gonna take?
But it's the anticipation. So once you get your meal, you're gonna be like, whoa, this is incredible.
See, I'm a workaholic and Louis like,
I'm a chillaholic. Just trying to chill, man.
and all I want to do is just work, and then I forget to eat sometimes. And Louis will
I have
be
to like just bring her food sometimes. Like she'll be at the desk and I'm just, here's your food. One last thing that I forgot to mention is that we're gonna grate some Parmigiano Reggiano into our sauce. This will make a really big difference as far as like flavor goes. It has a really nice, nice flavor here for this Parmigiano Reggiano. This is real Parmigiano, by the way. I learned recently actually that Parmesan is just imitation Parmigiano Reggiano. So.
looks like pizza sauce.
That's what it is. Good job. So I'm gonna turn my sauce off, just kind of like leave it to the side for a moment. And we're gonna get our other ingredients ready for the pizza. We're gonna take the pizza dough out, we're gonna shape it, and then we're gonna wanna put some shredded mozzarella on the bottom. It's a very thin layer. And then followed by some of the fresh mozzarella pieces, and then some of the sauce, dollops of the sauce. Ready? Okay, so what we're gonna do first is we're gonna lightly cover our surface here with a little bit of flour. So grab some of that.
All right.
Yep, there you go. And then just grab like a little bit and just kind of sprinkle it on here evenly. You're doing a really good job, Sarah. Yeah, so now we're just gonna I'm gonna flour my hands also, or you can put water on them, or you can put olive oil on them. Doesn't really matter.
Olive oil sounds nice.
Yeah, but it's gonna get greasy. What you can do now is kind of give it a round shape.
Wow, this
right?
this is like real.
Yeah, we're making pizza dough. This is real. It's real as it's gonna get.
You know how to do this.
But you can start from the middle and kind of work your way out. Okay. And if you want, you can put some flour on your hands.
God, I can already tell this is gonna be terrible from.
It's fine. It's totally fine.
It's hard. How
There we
thin
go.
should I get this?
You want to make it pretty thin, not too thin so that it rips. You don't have to flip it. Just keep it on one side.
People.
Oh yeah, you're right. Yeah, we can
you
do
go,
that.
like,
oh my god, yeah, you're right.
Look, it's working.
Oh my god, you're so smart.
See, look at this.
Holy
I know
moly.
more than you. They
do.
just keep doing this. This is good. This is a fine size.
That's really good.
Who's the real chef here? That's my question. It's me.
Sure. I mean, it's a little thin, not too thin, so it'll break.
This is mine, and this is Louis'.
So the first thing that we should do is kind of move these to our surface so that when we move them, and with toppings, they're not going to go everywhere.
How do we do that?
We're just going to use a little bit of olive oil on here. And then, Sarah, you can kind of spread that around. So yeah, we're using this because we don't have a pizza stone, unfortunately. But if you don't, then you can just use regular pans, lightly grease them a little bit. I've seen some people use parchment paper as well, but they say that it just doesn't give it that crunch that you want at the bottom, so I want full contact with a really hot surface.
Oh, no, I ruined it.
No, it's ruined. I'm gonna fold mine in half like this.
Why didn't you tell me to do that?
Because I wanted you to mess up.
Look, it was a perfect circle, and now look at this shape.
One of the things that we saw that Bleecker Street Pizza does is that they put breadcrumbs on the bottom.
Which I just forgot to put on.
I have seasoned breadcrumbs right here that I'm gonna stick on the bottom. Usually you can use cornmeal as well, But they do it this way, so that's the way we're gonna do it as well. And that's gonna create a nice crust at the bottom, okay?
Oh, it's gonna stick to the other side though.
No.
Amazing.
Trust me. Wow, look at that. Okay, we're gonna take some of the shredded mozzarella. Some people like to use very low moisture, which makes sense because you don't want it to be in a pool of like liquid. We're just gonna use like regular shredded mozzarella. So we're gonna put a little bit there. Then you can spread it around in a very thin layer.
That's it?
It's very little. It's very little. Not too much.
That.
All right, you can put more cheese on it after. I'm just gonna, it's a very thin layer. All right, perfect. Now we're gonna put just slices of mozzarella, okay?
Okay.
Boom, kind of evenly space them out.
So how far apart should I put them?
Just, you can, that's pretty good right there.
Like this?
Maybe they're like an inch apart or something.
Okay.
Now we're ready for our toppings, okay?
Yes.
So we've put some mozzarella, cheese, shredded mozzarella layer first, and then we put some fresh mozzarella slices on there. So this is what the sauce looks like right now. And we've put some Parmigiano Reggiano in here. So now we're just going to put some dollops of it, maybe like a spoonful like this, right over the top. Boop. Maybe one there. Now we're gonna continue just to put some dollops of our
Can I try the sauce? How's it?
Yeah. Good, right? So go ahead and put some on yours.
I like a lot of sauce.
And we got these really nicely ribbon cut fresh basil. So we're just gonna sprinkle it on the top. Like boop, 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 like that. Okay, so here you go. Now just some of this.
So pretty.
Look at that.
Wow.
Yeah, it does look nice.
Yeah, that looks pretty.
All right, look at that.
Wow, look at this.
Now these pizzas are ready to go in the oven. So we've preheated our oven. It's currently at like 480. It's been like that for about 30 minutes. So it needs to be very hot.
Okay.
Right, now we're gonna do it.
How long is it gonna be in here for?
Okay, so we're gonna leave it in there for about 15 to 20 minutes. We're gonna come back and check on it after 15 minutes to make sure that it's nice and golden brown or to our crunchy liking. Okay,
fine,
all right.
You're in charge.
We'll be right back.
For this one specific thing, that's it.
So about 15 minutes have elapsed. You want it to be a little bubbly and you want to look for signs of it actually being a little toasty on the sides. So I also did kind of like the poke test, kind of see how crunchy it was. And I think it's good.
Oh.
Yeah. Okay, we're gonna take it out.
Oh my god, it looks so beautiful. It looks like real pizza. Oh.
You know why? That's because it is. Wow, look at these.
Wow.
And that's perfect timing. And what I'm going to do is I'm just gonna kind of lift it off of here. Oh wow, look at this. Who needs one of those pizza scraper things? I got this. Look at that.
Wow.
That looks incredible. Nice job. And now what we're gonna do is we're just gonna cut right into it. You wanna listen for that crunch. Whoa, that's like perfect.
That's the consistency
Very
it should
hot.
be because
right.
it shouldn't like be soft.
Right,
You
so
should
you
be
wanna,
able to like hold it.
but listen to this.
Wow.
Wow.
That's how it should sound.
That's right, it's like a little disc. Nice and crunchy.
Are you
What we
sure?
can do is we can put a little bit of olive oil on the top. So if you can get that.
Okay. Oh.
This is my everyday life, guys. Look at that.
Ooh, that looks good.
Come on!
This one is mine.
Mine is just as good.
I highly doubt it. Holds itself up.
That's really nice.
Wow.
Whoa! That's so good. I'm actually surprised. That's very good.
I am too. It tastes very similar.
Yeah.
It tastes very, very similar. Now, sometimes
hot.
at Bleecker Street, I normally sprinkle some extra cheese on the top. I'm like genuinely shocked at how well we were able to make this, given the fact that we don't know the recipe and we just went off of what we've tasted in the past and seen on the internet.
That's what you want. You want that crust, but you also want it to be a little bit tender, but not raw in the middle, which is exactly what we have. And that yeast created little pockets of air right in here. And that was pizza inspired by Bleecker Street Pizza. Now, if you want the exact details and the measurements of this recipe, you could click on the link below and you'll have it right there. But I mean, this came out excellent.
Yeah.
So
I'm
nice
quite
job. Teamwork.
Teamwork, good pizza cheese.
We're gonna eat the rest of this pizza.
Remember to subscribe, follow us on Instagram, and comment below what recipes you want to see next.
Oh yeah, I'll make it happen.
Yeah, see you next time. Bye.
Bye. I'm gonna enjoy the pizza.
That all I want is yeah, found you.